Hello and welcome to Suburban Foragers TV. I'm Lisa Caccamise.
And I'm Paul Tappenden.
And we're Suburban Foragers.
And we're here today looking for field garlic. It's January the 12th. And it's a very unusual time of the year for it to be so warm and sunny. But we've found ourselves a lovely little patch of field garlic here, which we've dug up. And we're going to take it back to the kitchen now.
So we're back in the kitchen.
Yes, and we have some of our goodies right here. As you can see, we have the field garlic. I have to say, this is some of the nicest.
Yeah, big, juicy bulbs.
And we also have here the winter cress. Lisa is going to be using these, so if maybe you can tell the folks what you're going to do with this.
Sure, absolutely. With foraging, you never know what you're going to bring home, so you kind of have to be spur of the moment. Although there's some recipes that, of course, you can know off the top of your head and throw together. But we're going to be a little inventive with our two finds today, and I happen to have some wonton wrappers that I defrosted. I found a sweet potato and apple in the fridge, and of course the field garlic, some ginger, and we're going to make wonton wrapper appetizer. So with all these tasty ingredients, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is, I have a medium heat on this saute pan. I'm going to add some coconut oil. I would use peanut oil, but we find that we don't have it, so coconut oil is the next best thing when you're cooking Asian. The first thing we're going to do is, with the winter cress, it needs to be parboiled in order to make it a little more palatable. So we're going to add it to boiling water. And you'll see that they turn a lovely color, bright green. So these will cook for about 5 or 10 minutes. And while they're cooking, I have the coconut oil that I've put in the pan here. And we're going to add our sweet potato. That's already a fine dice. And our apple. The apple I actually put in a little vinegar, just so that it wouldn't turn brown. I decided to use vinegar and not lemon or lime juice because I'm going to be using vinegar in the dish. So to our apples and sweet potato, I'm going to add the field garlic that Paul did such a nice job chopping. And I'm going to let this all break down. It'll take about 5 minutes to get the sweet potato fork tender and the garlic infused and everything. And a touch of sesame oil. So here's our winter cress.
Yes.
If the water isn't squeezed out of your greens that you blanch, it dilutes the flavor. Unless, of course, they're going into a soup. But when you're doing stir fries or anything like that, you want to take all the water out. So now we've taken our winter cress, and I'm going to chop it. Because we want everything in bite-sized pieces since it's going into a wonton wrapper. This is probably a 1/4 cup, all said and done. From that bowl that looked like it was about 2 cups of cress, we got about a 1/4 cup of it once it was parboiled. Okay. We're going to add it to our sweet potato mixture and mix it all up. So this is ready to go into our wrappers. Wonton wrappers are pretty self-explanatory. If they dry out, just throw those pieces away. You don't need them. You want them to be pliable. These were in the freezer and I defrosted them a bit. So I'm going to take an egg and mix it up, and this is going to be my glue. I want to brush a little bit of the egg wash on all 4 corners of the wonton wrapper. And then I'm going to take a spoonful, probably a tablespoon. You don't want to overfill them because then the filling starts to seep out of the sides. And then you take your second wrapper, and you already have your glue, so you just put it right on top and you seal all your edges. At this point you could probably pick it up and seal this way, like that. You want to get all the air pockets and all the air bubbles out. Push the filling back in. Right? So now what I'm going to do to make them a little more easily edible, I'm going to brush the top and bring all 4 corners to the top. It's a decorative touch, and it'll also help to make them just pop in your mouth. And that's ready for the oven.
I do have to say that looks delightful.
Yep, and then we're going to make a bunch of these, but basically that's the premise, right? And then you just brush the top so that it'll help them brown and be glorious and lustry looking when they come out of the oven. They're ready for the oven. Wow, look at them. Nice. Yeah, that one, they puffed up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So we're making a sauce to go with the wontons, because it wouldn't be Asian wontons without a dipping sauce. So I'm going to start with a lime. Probably just use a quarter of a lime, but we'll taste it and see if that's what it needs. I'm going to use soy sauce. Probably use about a tablespoon. I'm going to use some rice wine vinegar. Again, about a tablespoon. And lastly, I'm going to add some honey. Give it a little nice little touch of sweetness. Take the tops of the field garlic. We'll add those right into the dipping sauce. Wow, look at them. They really look good.
I know, don't they?
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to...
They came out really nice.
I know.
Well, let's indulge, right?
Yeah, should we do that? Yeah.
So this is the field garlic and the
Wintercress.
wintercress. Don't forget to give it a dip. They're good. First thing I taste is the sesame oil.
Same here.
But I do taste the bitterness and the hardiness of the wintercress.
And then there's the sweetness of the sweet potato against it. It's a really nice combination.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
balance.
we're onto a winner here.
No double dipping.
Oh, she's a terror. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.